prepare hospitals. You didn't use it to ramp up testing. Right now,
you're so disgraceful. It's so disgraceful the way you say that. How many cases were in the United States when I did my ban? How many people had died in the United States?
So do you acknowledge that you didn't think
Keep your voice down, please. Keep your voice down.
Did you not?
How many?
You asked me when she was appointed. I told you when she was appointed.
You're a third-rate reporter. Thank you very much, John. Thank you very much. You will never make it.
More than 22 million Americans are currently unemployed as a result of this. Today we hit the grim milestone of more than 40,000 Americans now having died from the coronavirus. Can you explain then why you come out here and you are reading clips and showing clips of praise for you and for your administration? Is this really the time for self-congratulations?
Well, I will tell you this. What I'm doing is I'm standing up for the men and women that have done such an incredible job. Not for me, for the men and women, admirals, vice president, if I might, but all of the men and women, thousands, tens of thousands of them that built hospitals in New York and New Jersey and all over this country in record time. They'd throw up 1,000 beds in 4 days. I'm sticking up for those people. Those people have been incredible. I'm also sticking up for doctors and nurses and military doctors and nurses.
The clips that you played and what you read earlier was praising you and your administration.
All I played today was Governor Cuomo
to do that, sir.
saying very positive things about the job the federal government has done.
And those people, 40,000 Americans have now died.
Those people have been just absolutely excoriated by some of the fake news, like you, your CNN, your fake news. And let me just tell you, they were excoriated by people like you that don't know any better because you don't have the brains you were born with. You should be praising the people that have done a good job, not doing what you do. Even that question. So just so you understand, if we didn't do a job...
The question is why now, not why are you doing it.
I'll tell you why now. Are you ready? Because these people are right now in hospitals. It's dangerous. It's going to a battlefield. And I want these people, I want you. I want you in the... It's all about that. It's not about me. No, nothing's about me. Look, you're never going to treat me fairly, many of you. And I understand that. I don't even know. I got here with the worst, most unfair press treatment, they say, in the history of the United States for a president. They did say Abraham Lincoln had very bad treatment, too. Let me just tell you.
It has your name in it. It talks about Trump remaking the playbook.
Well, that's a positive thing, and that's good for the future. People can learn from that. But I want the men and women of this country that are in danger, the admirals and the generals that have done a job like they've never done before. They're in war. We're in war. You know, I call it the invisible enemy. That's a war, and it's a dangerous war. We're also at a level, when you said 40,000 people, and you're right, almost 40,000 people. And what, oh, more than, okay, good, correct me.
41,000.
Well, I'm really glad you corrected me, CNN. But here's the story. Let me just tell you something. If we didn't do what we did, the 40,000 right now could be 1 million people. Could be 1 million people, not 40,000. It could be 1 million. We're tracking at much less than the lowest possible estimate. And that's a great tribute to a number of people and a number of things. One of the things that it's a tribute to is what's taken place in this country with the American people. Because they've gone inside, they've done it. They've done a job that nobody thought was possible. And in fact, when they did the models, as they call them, nobody thought it was possible. They did models not based on this kind of success. I've seen New York streets, and I see it in the morning. I've watched all my life New York streets, and you can't even see the pavement. There's so many people. And you take a look this morning, you take a look, even on Friday morning, I looked at it, I saw it through a camera. There wasn't a person on Fifth Avenue, there wasn't a person on Madison Avenue. I've never seen anything like it, because people have really listened to instructions, and they've listened to what we've had to say, and the professionals, they've listened. And those people should really give them a lot of credit, including people like you, because you just don't have the sense to understand what's going on. All right, yeah, please, go.
I interviewed someone who said that his family got sick. They went to a funeral in mid-March. And he said mainly because the president wasn't taking it seriously. He said, if the president had a mask on, if he was saying we should stay home, then I would have stayed home.
Well,
instead, I have family members. He said his family members were sick, and because they were listening to you. Do you feel like, or are you concerned that downplaying the virus maybe got some people sick?
And a lot of people love Trump, right? A lot of people love me. You see him all the time, right? I guess I'm here for a reason, you know? To the best of my knowledge, I won. And I think we're going to win again. I think we're going to win in a landslide.
But I have a feeling that a lot of the numbers that are being said in some areas are just bigger than they're going to be. I don't believe you need 40,000 or 30,000 ventilators.
You've said repeatedly that you think that some of the equipment that governors are requesting, they don't actually need. You said New York might not need 30,000. You said it on Sean Hannity's Fox News. You said
you know,
that
why don't you people act? Let me ask you.
You said
why don't you act in a little more positive? It's always trying to
get you. My question to you is,
get you. And you know what? That's why nobody trusts the media anymore.
My question to you is, how is that going to impact?
Excuse me, you didn't hear me. That's why you used to work for the Times and now you work for somebody else. Look, let me tell you something. Be nice. Don't
Mr.
be
President, my question
Don't be threatening. Be nice.
We've had a big problem with a woman governor from, you know who I'm talking about, from Michigan.
And you should be saying congratulations instead of asking a really snarky question, because I know exactly what you mean by that.
Well, you know, it's a sad thing. Look, she's a sick puppy, in my opinion. She really is. She got a lot of problems.
This has been prescribed for many years for people to combat malaria, which was a big problem, and it's very effective. It's a strong drug. So we'll see.
Fairly effective against SARS.
It was, as I understand that. Is that a correct statement? It was fairly effective on SARS.
John, you've got to be careful when you say fairly effective. It was never done in a clinical trial. They compared it to anything.
Tiny little hands full this weekend. He took some time at CPAC, the Conservative Political Action Conference, to once again sexually molest the American flag.
I saw her today at the reception.
Betsy Ross just filed charges against him. It's who does that? How is that human behavior? And anyway, Trump closed out Black History Month in a big way. He's been trying to drum up support from African Americans lately, and to do that, he invited black leaders to the White House to tell him how great he is.
I am sitting next to the greatest president since Abraham Lincoln.
The greatest president
ever. The greatest president for the African American community, black community, brown, mocha.
You truly are the best president since Abraham Lincoln.
Thank you.
Man, you the first black president.
Isn't that great? I guess orange really is the new black. And then, since he was on a roll the next day, he had a rally in North Charleston, South Carolina, during which he shared an important lesson he learned during that meeting and finally settled the debate he's been having with himself for what I assume is quite some time.
Young African-American leaders, one of the things I asked them, and I've been thinking about this for a long time, and great people, some of them are here tonight. Do you like the name African-American or black? And they said black, all at the same time. Oh, true.
I'm glad somebody's been working on clearing that up because, and he tweeted like 42 times today. He is.
When you have 15 people, and the 15 within a couple of days is going to be down to close to zero, that's a pretty good job we've done. I'm a wartime president. This is a war. This is a war, different kind of a war than we've ever had. Our country is not supposed to be, it's not built to shut down. Our people are full of vim and vigor and energy. They don't want to be locked into a house or an apartment or some space. It's not for our country. We're not built that way.
You are